It probably doesn't surprise you to know that the most violent day in American history happened in Maryland. What might surprise you is it didn't happen in Baltimore. It happened here near Antietam Creek at the Battle of Antietam.
All right, how many total casualties was it?
23,000 about-ish.
Oh my gosh. What do we remember about the Battle of Antietam?
There's a bloody cornfield. This Maryland monument up here has, it's actually a two-in-one. It's a monument to the Maryland Union soldiers and a participation trophy for the Maryland Confederate soldiers.
Okay.
There's a farmhouse, I believe. Yes, there's a farmhouse where there was just a simple farming family, and I believe they were also burned out. I think there's a grove. Yeah, there's like a grove where they fought too. And then that's the Dunker Church. And I believe that is the Dunker Church of Theseus. It's been constantly rebuilt. And maintained.
This is our Maryland participation trophy
Yeah, for the
Confederates.
Confederates. And there's should be every Maryland unit. Yeah, 1st Maryland Battery, CSA, 3rd Regiment, USA. Embarrassing. Baltimore Light Artillery, CSA.
Cringe. What's down there?
That's a pathway over to the Dunker. Yeah, there's a monument there.
There's a monument there.
Obelisks.
There's an obelisk.
Ohioans.
Ohio. 12th Army Corps. So the plan was simple. A simple plan, you might say.
Yeah.
But it was just too chaotic.
Welcome to my life. If I recall correctly, also, one of the Union generals, accidentally crushed a big chunk of the Confederacy. Sort of, wandered into them and
Nice.
just started killing them.
Wandered in. Oh. Their coats are gray. Destroy. We've got to go look at those cannons.
Yes.
It's a fun fact. I have relatives from Kentucky, and they don't appear to remember that Kentucky stayed in the Union. And some of my relatives have said that because of Abraham Lincoln, they're never going to vote for Republicans. Because of Abraham Lincoln, they're not ever going to vote for Republicans. It's okay, though, because they're all dead now. All right. Bridge?
Bridge.
Burnside Bridge.
Burnside Bridge.
And on our way, we will Google some fun facts about Burnside Bridge to share.
I already know a fun fact about Burnside.
You know a fun fact? You have to wait until we're there, though.
Yes, I will. It's incredibly stupid.
I'm excited for your incredibly stupid fact.
After the first action of the day happened at the Dunker Church, the Confederates were there. The Union attempted to dislodge them, and then the Union forces came from the north. This was a cornfield, and the Union forces came from the north. They started with an artillery duel, which was not really a duel because a duel is between two objects. They were both shooting at the infantry and ripping them to shreds. And then as the two lines started to advance towards each other, lines of infantry started to advance towards each other, a Union general saw the bayonets, the glint of the bayonets of the Confederates hiding in the tall corn and launched another artillery assault on them.
From what I read, this is regarded as one of the most horrifically violent battlefields in all of American history. There is a regiment from Louisiana that had about 60% of their men killed in 30 minutes, just from the gruesome fighting.
.3% casualty rate.
This is for the Texas Confederates.
Yeah. Out of about 850 men, 550 casualties. From Texas to Western Maryland. It's a long way to travel just to die so you know another person. You'll see things like only 3% of Southerners own slaves.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you were the son of a slave owner,
Mm-hmm.
you were building a house on your father's property.
Yeah.
If you were the daughter of a slave owner, you were marrying a man who was going to build a house on a slave owner's property, and like, you were going to help run your father's slaves. So if one man had 4 sons,
Mm-hmm.
there's one slave owner, but there's 5. And so it's more like 30% of Southerners owned slaves, but I think like 70% of Confederate soldiers were slave owners. I can't verify that any of my family members were in the country during the Civil War.
Any of them? Not even on your mom's side?
I have no idea.
I love that. Here fought the 90th Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, September 17th, 1862. A hot place.
If you are a fan of statuary and stonework, as I am, you really can't beat a Civil War battleground. It's like an art museum just for me.
It's a brutal art museum.
Yeah.
But not brutalist, just brutal.
All right.
I'm constantly traumatizing this thing. It's just trying to be a good gimbal.
Yes. It is a good gimbal.
It's a great gimbal. I just need to stop fussing with it while I'm moving and on uneven ground.
Can you turn the power off?
I don't know how. There's so many buttons. They scare me. All right, what is this about horse statues?
So there's this myth or legend or rumor or whatever you call it about equestrian statues, famous people riding on horses, and that the way that they passed away is symbolized in the way the horse is standing, whether it's one leg is up, whether it's like reared up and back, or whether it's on all 4 legs and standing. And I don't remember, it's like died in battle, died at peace. It doesn't really matter because somebody went through the entirety of Washington, D.C., did a study. It is accurate 33% of the time. So out of 3 possible ways the horse could be, it's basically random. It's completely random.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually more impressive that it is completely random, like completely even and random.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there you go. Not even real.
Fun fact.
Fun fact, not even real, doesn't even matter.
Fun fact, myths are wrong.
Yeah, so the Confederates were here, the Union came this way, and then got pushed back.
Confederate was here?
Yeah, 2,200 Union soldiers shot or wounded, or killed or wounded in 20 minutes.
Maryland. What?
Not Maryland.
Maryland CSA! Oh no! I got so excited because I thought it was Maryland. It was Maryland traitors.
The western part of Maryland is more mountainous. The Appalachians run through it, and then the eastern half is lowlands. Slaves were profitable back then.
Mm-hmm. Plantation owners could actually plantation.
So that was a large part of the divide in this state, including the city of Baltimore.
We're currently in the West Woods. This is a location where the Confederate soldiers were, and the Union soldiers came at them. About 2,200 Union soldiers were either killed or wounded in 20 minutes in this location.
Delaware, barely a state, barely deserves a monument. I guess Ohioans don't need to check and see which unit it is before they get excited to see an Ohio monument.
No. This is not when I mentioned that the bulk of my ancestors who were here at the time of the Civil War were in Kentucky and Missouri. Whatever, Kentucky stayed in the Union. I think it always smells like horses down here.
Yeah. I do joke a lot. I can't really help myself, but it's sobering to stand here. Between 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m., 2,900 Union soldiers killed, wounded, or missing. 2,500 Confederate soldiers killed, wounded, or missing, just at the Bloody Line.
Just here.
Most of these soldiers probably had no idea where they were.
No.
What piece of land they were on.
They were just doing what they were told and scrambling to where they had to.
Most Marylanders don't know where Sharpsburg is. No offense to Sharpsburgians.
Sharpsburgers.
Yeah.
Imagine being some random kid from Louisiana who marched all the way up here. Some random kid from New York. Imagine getting drafted from like New Hampshire and marched down to freaking Western Maryland just to see a third of the people you know die.
Or go back without an arm or a leg.
And 2 generals dead.
Yeah.
All right, while we're on our way to our next stop, I'm going to ask a potentially stupid question. How was Maryland CSA able to organize regiments? Maryland stayed in the Union, so how were they able to organize, and like, do we know why they just organized instead of running to Virginia? Feels like that would be the easy way to volunteer to be a traitor.
I am not sure. I've never actually looked into it. I will now, because now that's going to bug me until I find the answer. They may have organized in a different state. So what I do know is that the split was Western Maryland was Union. There's and then the eastern half up to Baltimore. I think it's part of the northern area also was northern Baltimore County and Harford County were also north of Baltimore were also may have stayed Confederate. And then for the most part, the Confederate sympathizers were in the south and the eastern shore, where the land is more ready for plantation farming. The city of Baltimore, actually, there's a hill on the south side of the harbor called Federal Hill. And on that, top of that hill is, of course, a 15-star flag for the Battle of Fort McHenry. But also, there's a cannon pointed at the inner harbor. A little monument, little cannon. What that symbolizes is during the Civil War, there was a Union fort on top of Federal Hill, and if Maryland seceded, and went to the Confederacy, they were going to bomb Baltimore Harbor. There was a riot in Baltimore in the early stages of the Civil War. The population of Baltimore made a lot of money off the slave trade, and they wanted to secede. Dark chapter in Baltimore's otherwise bright and sunny history. There's actually a riot tour, walking tour that you can take downtown, and it has nothing to do with the 2015 riots or the 1960s riots. So
Rioting is one of Baltimore's favorite pastimes.
our oldest nickname is Mobtown.
Mobtown?
Mobtown.
What happened to Charm City?
That is lies.
It's a marketing gimmick.
Yes, it's literally a 1970s marketing gimmick. Observatory.
I think I made it just start turning on its own. Oh my gosh, what are we doing right now?
Have a good afternoon.
You too.
You as well. Okay, so we're now at the Burnside Bridge. You were going to tell me a fun fact about the bridge.
Yes, this bridge was originally built in 1836, which makes it 3 years older than Baltimore City College High School and Greenmount
Are
Cemetery.
you freaking serious? Okay, so I am here at Burnside Bridge, where for 3 hours, about 500 Confederates held the area overlooking the lower bridge, basically where I'm standing. Burnside's command finally captured the bridge and crossed Antietam Creek, which forced the Confederates back toward Sharpsburg.
If you do a montage,
Mm-hmm.
you should put a little caption that says, "Roll that beautiful beef footage." Another Ohio.
Thank you for joining us on our visit to Antietam. If you have any suggestions for our next mild American adventure, please drop them down below. Talk to you next time.